Hey, good morning. This is 6 o'clock a.m. or close to 6 a.m. and we got the Mecum follow up on the Mecum auctions setup. So, make a long story short, they kicked me out of the program and told me don't come back. Uh, what happened was a very first auction, and I was setting up my computer to bid at home, and I decided to see if it's working. Well, I hit the bid button all right, but it was on a little off-brand car like a Mustang, and uh, it looked all right on the outside. But anyway, I was just practicing on bidding really, and ended up buying the car. I didn't want the car, so I called him and told him. I said I didn't want to buy the car. I just wanted to practice on to make sure it's working. It was working really good. So anyway, they got the strong arm guy on the phone, and uh, they send like a text. You're not welcome on any of our future auctions. If you show up, we're going to take your bidder pass, which is this thing here. They're going to take my bidder pass. And I don't know if they're going to do this to me or not, but uh, I didn't show up to find out. But anyway, I didn't want to pay for that car. I told them it's a rust bucket underneath. You can't see that on from long distance. I'm 1,600 miles away, and they don't care. So I've learned from watching their show. Um, the old man Mecum stated, in fact, on the show live, um, that he don't care about the bidders. He's not interested in the bidders being happy. He's interested in the people that are selling the cars to make sure to get them a maximum amount available for their car. So that means they're not going to tell you what's wrong with their car, because if they tell you that it's a rust bucket underneath, you're not going to pay as much for it. And Mika wants to make maximum amount on each car for his, he says, for his customer, but really it's for him, because the more the car sells for, the more commission that he makes. So I learned real fast that they don't care about the buyer. Like if you buy a car through Mecum auctions, you're stuck with the car, and um, they will kick you off the side if you don't pay for it. So now I've got the Mecum badge. Paid $500 for this permit. It's a permit really to bid at all the auctions for a year. And boy, they took that right off. I can no longer get in the auctions. Which is a shame. That would have been a lot of fun. Socializing with all my blue collar buddies. I'd be probably me and one other guy there. Blue collar. That's people that have to work for a living. These people are multimillionaires that they want in their audience. And they'll tell you. They'll tell you if you hadn't got um, I think it's uh, $30,000 to spend at their auction. They don't even want you there at the auction site. No, they don't even want you to show up. If you're poor, you ain't got any money, don't call Mecum Auctions for any assistance, because they'll hang up on you, or they'll tell you don't come back, don't show up. They don't care. So, needless to say, we're not doing any more business with Mecum Auctions. And if I do get something to sell, I'm not going to try and sell it at his outfit. I don't want people's bids to get bumped up and customers not to be treated correctly. I want them to know what I brought. If it needs a new tire on the back, I want them to tell the audience, "Hey, this car probably needs a tire on the back," you know. But it's done now. I mean, I can't go back and redo nothing. And it was working so good. I had it all set up. I had my computer set up. It's working perfect. And I bought a car right off the bat, unintentionally. But anyway, I guess I'm going to start my own auction company. If anybody out there has got any money and they want to have their own auction company, and just let me know. I'd like to do the auctioneering and run the operations, and all I need is money. Probably about, I don't know, $3 million probably get us rolling. So that's what I'm working on right now. I bought these new guitars from Larry, GLARRY.com. A couple of more guitars from them guys, and neither one of them will play chords. They make noise. That's about it. So they look like guitars. They're pretty guitars, but they don't play very good. And then I got a Fender Squire, which is probably made in just guessing, probably made in China. It don't play very good either. It's got a little bit of volume to it, but it's kind of scattered. Not a good quality sound either. So I'm very disappointed. I think I'm going to give them to the high school kids at a wholesale price and get rid of them. And if kids can learn something from those guitars, great. They might learn how to repair guitars out of that deal. Who knows? Those kids need something to do to keep them out of trouble, that's for sure. I think guitar would be a good start to help them out. And I've got this Aprilia video going in the background here. Aprilia is not sponsoring me, but if they did sponsor me, it'd be welcome to my channel, because I love Aprilia motorcycles. They're beautiful motorcycles and they're fast. And as far as I know, they're real dependable. I think they're would be a good sponsor for my channel. It's Cowboy Music Studio, and I write songs, more Western ballads type songs. Never knew you were so lonely. I never knew that you were so blue. But I guess you might miss me someday. I know that you are gonna know. You walked off and left true love. It's just a sample of my music. But anyway, I wrote a couple of top hit songs, but I didn't get any credit for them because they basically put a fake copyright on them. And one of them was a Sweet Thing that Ernest Tubb and Word Lynn recorded, and called Sweet Thing. And then the other one was Asphalt Cowboy that Hank Thompson recorded. It's not the Odine, Jimmy Odine, or whatever his name is. He stole my name of my song, Asphalt Cowboy. I've already got Asphalt Cowboy song Jason Aldean didn't think up a, a correct title for his song. He just copied over my song, and he thinks that's okay, I guess. But these people are smart. They know that there's already an Asphalt Cowboy song. So what they do is they go in there and just come over the top of it with several other videos of their version of a Asphalt Cowboy song or whatever. And what they're doing is taking up space that's already been started. You know, because Asphalt Cowboy went to number 7, I believe, on the top country chart. So basically they're stealing the work that I put into the Asphalt Cowboy. They're stealing all of that past history and just adding their name to this dumb little girly song that they wrote about a truck. They don't know nothing about trucks. They're not in the trucking business. They they just picking off somebody else's work that they did, and it's not right to steal somebody's song title. But anyway, I'm trying to re-record my songs. Asphalt Cowboy. Wheels are rolling, gears are grinding, double clutching crew. I'm a cowboy, the asphalt cowboy. Cattle trailer tied behind, fastest truck on the line. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, the asphalt cowboy. We're out and going to an old-fashioned barbecue. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, the asphalt cowboy. Wheels are rolling, gears are grinding, double clutching crew. I'm a cowboy, the asphalt cowboy. So anyway, while I was pitching my song to several different artists, one guy decided that he liked the songs pretty good. So what he did, he went out to Shreveport, Louisiana, and recorded them, and then put in a fake copyright under his fake alias name, and that's so that nobody could track him down. Nobody knows who that fake alias is because it's not a real person. So anyway, it took me several years to catch up with the dude, find out who he was, and so they've been paying the wrong people for all these years for the uh, song rights. I wrote the song, so trying to get my name back on that royalty part to get my royalties. That song was Sweet Thing. I remember how it goes now. Something like stepped out of the house about sundown. Well, Mama was a washing her hair. Slipped on out to the corner cafe and found a little night spot there to play. Well, I was sitting there having a talk with this cute little cafe dog. And she was believing every word that I said. And I got to thinking, when Mama finds out that I'm gone, there'll be the devil to pay. Cause I know exactly what she's gonna do. She's gonna come blowing like a cyclone right through that door. And here's exactly what she's gonna say. Well, has anybody here seen my sweet thing? I got a feeling he'll be headed this way. 'Cause when my sweet thing's out catting around, he finds a sandbox like this to play. Well, I'll tell all you barroom roses, if my sweet thing does happen by, you better take my advice, and if you blink more than twice, you better have something in your eye. If you blink more than twice, you better have something in your eyes. So anyway, I'm going to try and record my songs myself and put them on crybaby.com or mybaby.com or something like that. Anyway, they let you download songs on there, and I get I think they said about 9 cents per download, 9 pennies. It's not going to add up very fast, but it'd be better than no income at all on my work, my written work. So I'm a writer. I wrote the song, I wrote the lyrics, and then they stole them. Like, they don't care. People don't care. They're just greedy. They want all the money and all the fame. A faded pair of Levi's and a pointed-toed pair of rough-out cowboy boots. A great big belt buckle on his belt. He's got that Texas look. He's a cowboy, the asphalt cowboy. I added this little line in there since then. He's got that Texas look. You can tell by the way he creases his hat. He's from Texas. He's got that Texas look. He's a cowboy. Wheels are rolling, gears are grinding, double clutching crew. He's cowboy, the asphalt cowboy. Now, if they're going to steal your song, they should at least get the words right. And what they say on there is double clutching through. What the hell's that mean? Double clutching through. They should, if they're going to steal your song lyrics and your music, they should at least get it correct. It's supposed to be double clutching crew, which crew is like for two drivers. Driver one and driver two is a crew, not a through. I don't know how to come up with that. And then I wrote a new verse for the song. It's we were headed down to San Antonio, had a load of bulls. We were close to San Angelo, so I backed them on down to 55. Oh, I knew there was a highway patrol that worked San Angelo. And he was bad to the bone. So I eased on down through San Antonio. I got out about 5 miles south towards San Antonio. And then I let the hammer down and I cruised right along, doing about 90 miles an hour in my big bull wagon. I'm headed down to an old-fashioned barbecue to see all my friends down around San Antonio. Well, a little bit further down the road, all of the lights lit up way behind. And I knew in the back of my mind it was that San Angelo Highway Patrol. Well, I eased on over to the shoulder, popped them air brakes, and boom, boom. Here he came walking up beside my truck and rolled down my window. I said, hello. How are you doing, Mr. Officer? It's a little late at night for you to be working out here, don't you think? He said, are you the asphalt cowboy? I got a feeling you're the asphalt cowboy. Are you the asphalt cowboy? I said, yep, I sure am. He said, well, I'm going to have to write you a ticket for doing 90 miles an hour. I said, well, you think I was speeding or something? He said, yeah, you were speeding. Clocked you this time, got you. So I've been trying to catch you for 3 months now. So I said, well, officer, if you don't mind, I'm in a hurry. I've got to load cows on here. It's got to go to San Antonio. If you don't mind, hurry up and write that ticket because I got to go. So he wrote me a ticket. He said, have a nice evening and please slow down. I said, I will as soon as I get these cows unloaded. I got to go. Thank you. Have a nice day. Well, I eased on out on the interstate and I headed on down to the barbecue for the cowboy to see all my friends down around San Antonio. Oh, if you're trucking through San Angelo, watch out for that highway patrol. He'll write you a ticket if you're running over the whatever the speed limit is nowadays. It's 75 mile an hour now, but back then it was about 55 mile an hour. We never drove 55 in them bull wagons. Only time we drove 55 mile an hour when we were slowing down. So anyway, I got a speed ticket that night. It cost me over $100. Took down there all my profit on that load. It's hard to make a living when somebody's always standing there with a little can taking the money out of the till. So you never know who your friends are until you run out of a job. So the bank repossessed my trucks, my home, my pickup, and my mom's car. Left us out on the street, basically. And the reason that the bank foreclosed on my bull hauling operation was some Yankees come down from up north and bought out the bank. And they looked through all the records and they found my notes, a note on my trucks and stuff. And they figured out that my interest rate was too low for them. So what they wanted to do was to get all that money back in and then reloan the money out at a higher interest rate, basically. So basically, they kicked us out on the street for no damn good reason, except they were greedy Yankees. So I got some information for you Southern guys down here. You can't trust them Yankees. Don't do business with them, and don't let them have controlling interest of your business, because they'll ruin it for you. They'll ruin it. Anyway, about 3 years later, I'm walking down the road because I got no job, no money, and hadn't eaten 3 days. One of my old bull hauling buddies come flying into the bar ditch, blocking the air brakes down. Of course, big ball of air flying up. He jumps out of his truck and he runs around there. Of course, I didn't know who he was yet. He got right around there, right in front of me, and he goes, "Are you looking for a job? I need a truck driver on one of my trucks." I said, "Well, yeah, I could use a job." He goes, "When can you go to work? Can you go to work right now?" I said, "I guess so." He said, "Well, get in the truck." So I stepped up in that big old pretty truck. He had a little music going on his radio, and he said, "I'll show you the route and what to do." He said, "It's an easy job." I said, "Well, I can handle that." So I go down there and he takes me on one trip and comes back and he said, "Here's your truck. I'll pay you on Friday." I said, "Well, can I have $20 advanced?" He said, "Yeah, you bet." So he reached in the billfold and handed me a $20 bill, and I went to work. That's how I came back alive. Financially, it wasn't from help from anybody. All my friends deserted me. I had no friends. None of the banks would work with me after that because I had been run over by those thugs, and I had to rebuild my fortune back above zero uh, by working for my old bull hauling friend. Uh, Everybody probably knows who he is out of Fort Sumner, New Mexico. He's a bull hauler up there. Everybody knows him. Pretty good old boy. And sure helped me get going again. But anyway, it seems like life goes by pretty fast. You can't make any mistakes. Financially, you got to stay on the up and up. Don't make any mistakes. And so I'm actually really thinking about starting my own car auction company because these guys don't need to be ripping off people, treating people like dirt. And just because they've become millionaires don't mean they have to treat other people that are not millionaires like dirt. And I think there's somebody out there that's got a lot of extra money that you're not using. Let's start an auction company and have our own car auctions. And we'll treat people with a little bit more respect and a little bit more honesty. If there's a rust bucket coming through there, let's tell people that are buying them, hey, this thing might have some rust in it. So they don't lose too much of their income there. And now also they'll trust you and they'll come back to the next auction. I think I could build this up to multi-million-dollar deal, but I've got to have some help. Kind of like when I was walking down that highway, there was nothing to eat for 3 days. I needed a little bit of help, and nobody was stopping or showing up. It's just a good thing I had my hat and my boots on because he might not have recognized me without my boots and my hat on that day. But you think the government's going to help you when you run out of work. They're not. So I went to the unemployment office and they said, you don't qualify for unemployment insurance because you don't even have a job. Well, I've had a job. Well, you don't qualify for unemployment insurance because you're an owner operator, right? And so what about some food stamps? Oh, no, you don't qualify for any food stamps either. And I said, well, I haven't got anything to eat. He says, well, you still can't get any food stamps. And something else I asked him, well, I don't qualify for that either. And as far as I know, there's no what they call soup line in that town. So basically, I just went hungry. And, I got kin folks with $60,000 a year jobs. They drive right on by and leave me walking down the road. I mean, they could care less. So one of these days, I might become a banker. Their banker. Cut off their credit line and they get ready for a new car. Hey, sorry, you can't get one. See where we got here. It's breaking daylight out here. Breaking daylight. It's about 6:25. 6:25 a.m. in Texas. It's breaking daylight. So we've got to get out of here and go to the tool store. Tools. Get a hitch for my pickup. It's got to have a 2 7/16 inch ball put on the back. So I'm fixing to purchase a 20-foot car hauler trailer. I've got to have that hookup from the bumper set up a little bit better to fit that trailer. But the good thing about it is that just the hitch part that you slide into your pickup there, that only costs $35 or $40. So I'm pretty close to getting it rigged up. I just got to go down and find that particular, bar. It's got to come straight out, and then a little ball set on there. It can't go up like that, and it can't go down like that. It's got to be right on about. I think it's about 24 inches off the ground. This certain trailer I'm trying to get, heavy duty flatbed car trailer. So I found this 56 Chevy 2-door hardtop that I'm planning on buying, and I need a trailer to haul it on. 55 Chevy's got a rebuilt 307 motor, which is not very stout, not very big. Be a good starter engine for put in your car that you're building. Until you get it finished, then you could put a LS3 or something in there pretty easy. But the motor comes with the car. The guy built the motor, fixed it up really nice, and it runs. So all you got to do is put it in there, and then get it painted, interior, tires, brakes. It needs a lot of work. I figure somewhere around $30,000 to finish it. That's my estimate. And then hopefully be worth more than $30,000. Probably, I'm just guessing maybe $35,000 when it's finished. For a fact, you're not going to be doing professional custom building work. If you build it yourself, you're not a builder, so it's not going to be like those guys that are professional restorers. Those guys charge a lot of money because they're good at their trade. Everything they finish, it looks brand new. So their cars sell for $50,000-$60,000. That's why. It's because it's a lot of work making those cars look that good. Now you think I look a little tired, but I ain't had about 4 hours sleep. That's why 4 hours sleep ain't very good. I got to start getting a little bit more sleep. Working, trying to finish my songs and stuff. I got one ear that rings all the time. It's very aggravating. It rings 24 hours a day, and it's just like somebody holding a buzzer up there by your ear all the time. It won't quit buzzing. Very, very takes a lot of energy to try and get anything done when you got an ear buzzing like that. So what we're going to try and do is set up a PayPal or another account where I can get some money coming in. I can get some money coming in on my channel. I think they call it donations for people that want to help. Right now, I need about $3 million to start this auction company. I think if I had an auction company, I could make it work because I can do a little auctioneering myself. 2,500, it'll give 2,500 now. It'll give $3,000, and we're going. We're 2,500, 26 now, 7 now, 8, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 35,000. I don't hear 35,000. 1 going, 2 going, 3 times. So $34,000. I think it'll work. I think I'm good enough to be an auctioneer for a car auction. So need some backers. People who've got a lot of damn money, don't know what to do with it. Let's start an auction company. You don't have to do nothing but advertise, and it's pretty easy to set up. Gotta go to a city and find a place to hold the auction. I mean, you got to probably pay somebody to rent a building for a couple of days, but I think we could make it work. So these guys are charging the sellers 10% and the buyers 10%, so they're getting 20% of every car. So if they sell a car for $100,000, they make $20,000 on one car for going 95,000. Now I'll give you 95,000. Now $100,000. Yes, got $100,000 going to 105, 105, $105,000. Going once, going twice, going three times. So for $100,000, it just made $20,000. The auction company. So I'm trying to find somebody that's got a lot of money and they just want to put it to work. Pretty simple. Mm. Well, I'm walking tall and I'm feeling good. I never thought I would get over loving you. Walking tall and feeling good. I'm sure glad I got over loving you. I think I'll drink a tall Budweiser. Maybe it'll make me a little wiser. I never thought I'd get over loving you. All right, folks, that's the start to another hit song, probably. If I get Budweiser to sponsor me, I'm sure I could make a lot more money faster if I had a sponsor like Budweiser. Pop a top on one more beer. Oh, hello, dear. It's so good to see you back in town. I've been sitting here at this bar, on this bar stool. I've been thinking, I wish you were here. I've put most of my paycheck in the jukebox, and I've been playing our favorite song. I know every word, 'cause I wrote every one. 'Cause I'm the asphalt cowboy. Wheels are rolling, gears are grinding, double clutching crew. I'm a cowboy, the asphalt cowboy. A lawyer working on that project right now, get my royalties back where they belong. Got a copyright on this song in case you boys out there are wondering. Um, it's my song, I wrote it, and I can sing it if I want to. I slipped out of the house about sundown. While Mama was a washing her hair. I slipped on out to the corner cafe, found a little night spot there to play. Well, I was sitting there having a talk with this cute little cafe dog. She was believing every word that I said. Anyway, I wrote that song. They can't take that away. They can lie about it and say, "Oh, we wrote that song years ago and got a copyright." Well, they got a fake copyright. Put a fake name on there. They didn't even put the real name on the copyright that they supposedly have. See, anyway, we're trying to get my royalties back out of that. They won't. These people won't talk to you. I contacted them. They haven't contacted me back. We have to transfer that message to so and so. Well, then you never hear from them. I guess I'm going to hire a lawyer to get something done on the copyrights and the royalties and so forth. Another song that I probably own is "Put a Quarter in the Jukebox and Play My Favorite Song." It's a song about a love gone wrong till closing time. I wrote a song similar to that right there, and I got an idea that's where that "Put a Quarter in the Jukebox" song came from. But anyway, I've got to get my songs out of that copyright office and see how many of them got copied. I know two of them got copied. Sweet Thing and the Asphalt Cowboy, both those got copied. Stolen. That's the word, stolen. Stole my royalties. My name. They stole my work. So we're going to make another video on that if I start getting my royalty checks on there. I'll make another video on that. I've got some new songs coming out. I'm going to try and get them out within the next 2 months. CD Baby. That's the name of that place. CDbaby.com. I've got to send CDbaby.com a copy of all my songs and let them put them on the market for sale. And I think you can download the songs from them. Every time somebody downloads one of my songs, I get 9 cents, 9 pennies. I don't think it's going to add up very fast. I've been lonely and I've been blue. Sure as hell been missing you. But that's the way that it goes. When you don't treat your woman right. When you're out drinking cold beer and partying out all night. She might get a little bit worried. She might just pack up and leave. That might have been what happened to me. Lonely days and lonely nights. That's all I've got now to keep me going, to keep me going. So anyway, I've got some new songs coming out, and I got an idea they're going to be hit songs. A lot of them are going to be really hit songs. And a lot of people's going to like them. And there might be some advertisement songs in there for a few companies like Budweiser and Ford Motor Company and Some of the big boys might have some songs written in their favor. I'm a Ford addict. I love Ford pickups. And I'm going to try and get Ford to sponsor me, Ford Motor Company to sponsor me. That'd be great. If they give me a new Raptor 4-wheel drive, I'll take it. Hey, buddy, let me drive one of them boys. Yes, sir. I love them Raptor 4-wheel drive. I think they cost about $100,000 right now. What? They're giving one away. Hey, I volunteer. I'll take one. Yeah. Budweiser, it's kept me alive this long. Drink a Budweiser every once in a while. And still going. I'm still going. I'd like to be a sponsor for Budweiser because I like their beer. I like to put a little salt on top. I know it's not good for you. You only gonna live once. You might as well enjoy the hell out of it. I bought some. You can see back here on Camel cigarettes a while back, and I noticed that the cigarette won't burn. You set it down and it'll go out. And so I called the RJ Reynolds company and I asked him. I said, "What's the deal on these Camel cigarettes?" And the guy just flat told me. He said, "Well, there's a thing about people catching their beds on fire when they lay down at night. They'll light up a cigarette and drop off to sleep, and the cigarette will catch their place on fire. So we didn't want to get sued. So some government agency told them that you're going to have to start putting something into the cigarettes to make them stop burning. If they're not smoking them, they'll go out." And sure enough, he said it's not in the tobacco, but it's in the paper that they roll in the paper, that they put this chemical in the paper that if you stop smoking the cigarette, this chemical in the paper will make the cigarette go out, which they will. If you set them on the ashtray, they'll just go out. They won't keep burning. That chemical cannot be good for your lungs because the chemical stops oxygen from working properly. So if you're sucking this chemical into your lungs, it's going to keep the oxygen from working properly in your lungs, and it'll kill you. So that's the reason I think the EPA and all them guys are telling you don't smoke them damn cigarettes. They'll kill you. Well, they'll kill you because they're putting chemicals in them. It's not just tobacco you're smoking paper that's soaked in this chemical to stop the cigarette from burning if you're not smoking it. So anyway, I had to quit smoking Camels because it's that chemical is getting in your lungs when you're smoking. It's burning the paper. It's got the chemical in there. And it's getting in your lungs. And so I would suggest do not smoke Camel cigarettes for sure. And some of these other cigarettes may have that same chemical in the paper. I don't know. But I do know that Camel has that chemical in the non-filter version for sure. And that chemical cannot be good for you. I guarantee you, if it's a chemical, it's not good for you, especially if you're sucking it into your lungs. So I had to give up smoking. It's not that I needed to smoke. It's just that I like blow smoke, kind of like when I go to the bank and I tell them I'm going to make some money with all this money I'm going to borrow. I'm blowing smoke. Just blowing smoke. I don't really think I'm going to make a dime out of all that money. I'm just going to borrow some money and spend it. Oh boy. I've been on here for 49 minutes. Believe it or not, this is live. They haven't kicked me off yet. Sometimes they kick you off the channel for Playing music or something you did wrong, they kick you off the channel. I got to be careful. I'll lose my channel with the YouTube. 'Cause I'm making money with this channel, believe it or not. Just haven't received a check yet. Put my motorcycle show back up. So this is Aprilia motorcycle website. Well, they got this new motorcycle called a 660, which is a 2-cylinder inline. I think it's an inline. It might not be an inline motor, but at any rate, it's a 660. It's a little motorcycle. It only costs around $12,000-$13,000. Believe it or not, you can get a little race bike that goes pretty fast for about $13,000. Of course, I'm just averaging some numbers here, give you kind of an idea of where it's at, because I really haven't actually priced a bike from a dealer. So I can't really tell you what they said the price was, because most of the time they got add-ons and everything else. Shipping charges, and they want to charge you some tax or setup fee. Setup fee on most of these places is about $600-$700. I don't think they should charge that setup fee, but say they're getting people to pay them. But look at the workmanship in these motorcycles. They're just beautiful little bikes. Beautiful little bikes. Look at that. Cruising over 100 mile an hour right there. The reason I can tell is by how fast those little spots go by. Like, that's 100 mile an hour right there. You go, that's about 150. Little white stripes in the middle of the road going by that fast. If it looks like a straight line, you're doing it right at 150 mile an hour. Now, these guys on the big track, Dale Jr. and all those guys, they were driving speeds somewhere around 190 mile an hour in those cars. And believe me, if they had any little white spots out there, it'd be like a straight line, like that. They're moving on. I would not drive NASCAR. They're too fast. You're sitting in between some pipe about this big around. Say a 2-inch pipe. And it's lightweight pipe. It's not even heavy pipe. 2-inch pipe rails around you, and if you hit a wall, that car stops suddenly, and your neck pops forward like Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s dad. That's why I think he died, because I think he didn't have his neck strap on because he didn't like the neck strap, but he should have wore it anyway because it's a safety thing. But he didn't want to wear this neck strap, and what had happened, in my opinion, is when he hit the wall, his neck went forward like that, and it popped his neck. That's how hard he hit, 150 mile an hour, something like that. Sudden stop, that's what breaks your neck. So his body is pinned in like that, but his neck goes forward full force, and he couldn't survive. It's a shame. Everybody liked Dale. He was a great guy. And I miss him a lot. Wish he'd have wore that neck strap. It's kind of like a chin thing on the I think it's on his helmet there, on the bottom of his helmet, so that if the car stopped suddenly, he would hold his helmet back and not let it pop his neck so hard. I think he would have survived if he'd had that on. So we're 55 minutes and 60 minutes and 1 hour, and I'm trying to do 1 hour videos so that I can get some sponsors. And Mecum is not going to sponsor me for sure because they're multimillionaires and they only care about people with lots of money. If you don't have like $30,000 available funds set up, and you got to show them, you got to prove you got available funds to get into the auctions. And then if you make a mistake and bid on the wrong car or whatever, they just throw you out because they don't care about the bidders. They do not care about the bidders. That's the reason they charge you 10% to buy a car. They don't really care about you. They just want your money. You know, when you buy a car, they charge you another 10% for buying the damn car. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how they treat the bidders. See, well, I learned my lesson from them guys right off the bat. It's don't do business with Mecum Auctions. Low life bastards. They don't care about nobody but themselves. And greedy. They won't help you if you're on the side of the road and you need a hamburger. Do you think Mecum Auction car is going to pull over and stop and give you a hamburger money? No. They could care less about the poor boys out here. So I'm telling you, blue collar people out there, don't waste your time and energy going to a Mecum auction. They will literally throw you out. And they will not let you in there unless you can prove you've got a $30,000 budget. And they'll make you give them money up front, like real money. They'll make you give them like $500. Like I had to give them $500, and I'm a blue collar working guy. I had to give them $500 for this permission to get into the auctions. $500 out of my savings. It's ridiculous. I couldn't afford to give them $500, but I did give them $500 because I wanted to get into the auctions, and then they threw me out. They bought the wrong car. I looked at the car and it had rust under it. Raised up the hood, it had rust under it. I'm not going to pay for a car that's rusty under there. They didn't say nothing about it being rusty. They run the car through the auction like it was one of the restored cars. Well, it wasn't. It was a rust bucket. So I'm going to go on a nationwide campaign. I'm going to let people know how they treat you as a bidder. So there you go. 2 minutes left. Now, I don't think my chat thing's even working, but I'm live. But at the bottom of my videos in the future, it'll have a little chat thing there that you can leave message and stuff. So if you got any questions about copyrights for music or my new songs that's coming out, or if you'd like to invest in my auction company, you can leave a message underneath my videos in the future, and I can pull up my videos and see if there's any messages on there. And of course, they'll send that to my channel, Cowboy Music Studio. So what we need is sponsors, basically. If you got a product out there that you want me to help you advertise, I will do that gladly. And I need a sponsor for my channel. So it's been nice. It's been 60 minutes in a few seconds here. We're going to call it a day, and hopefully they'll let this video go out there to the real world so that the real people can learn the truth about these songs and who really wrote them. They don't cut me off and don't let me tell my story. So we're going to say adios. It's been 60 minutes and 15 seconds. So I'm going to try and do another video as soon as I get more information on these subjects. Hopefully this video will be rolling and I'll be getting lots of customers and lots of people volunteering to send me money to my money account, which I will set up on my next video of how to send me money easily. All right. 3, 2, 1. See ya.